They go play action. Cousins. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
For a lot of people, there are pros and cons to playing close to home in the NFL. But for Adam Thielen, it's nothing but pros. Grew up not too far from the Twin Cities, loves being a Viking, and is a really dependable third down receiver.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. And the 49ers on the defensive side of the football.
Quan Alexander is one of the exciting linebackers in the league. His forte, speed.
On 2nd down, Cook. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Cousins now from the 50. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're a backup to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Here we go. Set hunt. 180. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Set hunt.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone, and the football will come out to the 20-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Working out of the gun, Cousins. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run. Cook. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 27. On the ground, it's Cook. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Play fake. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs, and let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 18. Coleman now. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Let's make these babies cry.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And Sanders has got it complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
Mike, here we go. 180!
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
Here we go, here we go. 180! 54!
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A Big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Garoppolo looks to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Like 20! Hey, get away.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll try and pick it up on the ground with Wilson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
They only needed a yard, instead went backwards. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Space to maneuver at the 40. And down to the 16-yard line. And finally, they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 16-yard line. Nothing fancy there, a little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described, and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On the carry, it's Cook. He will push his way down to about the 14.
Get it, baby. Get it, baby.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
50. 180. Shot 56. I'm on.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Cousins to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but now it's 3rd and goal.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays.
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Vikings have taken the lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
It's our time. It's our time.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
It's caught by Sanders. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. He finds Coleman. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has the look of a game that could very well go down to the wire. Just 1 point separating these two clubs at the break. But they're ready for the second half, and we are too, as we'll kick it right back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A pass complete here to Sanders, and they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. This is Coleman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
You got nothing today.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Here's Cousins. And Diggs has it. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. A give to Cook out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They run it again with Cook. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
The first run for the backup, Abdullah. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 27.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He'll hit his running back, Amir Abdullah. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Cousins now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far, 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on first down. And not much to speak of there, maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Olabisi Johnson there to make the grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point try by Bailey. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Bailey now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for the Niners. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Here we go, here we go.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Garoppolo now. Gets this one to use check. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Got a man, he finds Sanders. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. It's Coleman here. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Ross Dwelly there to make the grab. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And an alley to run. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 75 yards. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Bailey now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. This one complete to Coleman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Garoppolo now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Garoppolo looks to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Garoppolo again. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Well, that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. 4 yards on the touchdown grab as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a run with Cook, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Again, it's Cook. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Cousins. And he finds Cook. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Cousins. Johnson's got it complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
54, right there, 54 Mike.
Cousins to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. On 1st down, Cook. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
They gonna need some
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick is through. It is good. Dan Bailey, the hero as time expires. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.